Hello, hello, you assholes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The world's a big place for one and all to have a ball. Good evening, folks. It's Jabba Japovovich here for Jabba Evening News. It's been a while since I've met you last, and not much has happened. Well, who can you blame for that but you? Anyway, tonight's news is brought to you by Winkin' Owl fruit juice. When the owl winks, you know it's time to take off your clothes and give your soul to a stranger. Today's story is about John Carmack and Microsoft. Let me start reading it for you, because I wrote it before. Carmack Pimps Xbox 1 for MS Microsoft M money sign. This is one of those little tricks that works better in print, but since I'm reading it to you, there's no equivalent. Maybe MoneySoft, but then you might think it's a baking program. It's Microsoft with a money sign for the S. When was the last time it did anything noteworthy? Since the proliferation of the Xbox, nobody's been using their engine for jack shit. In the battle between Unreal and Quake/id Tech engines, Epic Game has clearly come up the victor. Neither on console nor PC are developers using id technology to power their games. What we've got Carmack doing is groveling at the feet of corporations like a dog, even as they continue to kick him around. What did Bethesda's acquisition of the company provide? Perhaps security, but so does being boarded at a doggy motel. Now Carmack's trying to score some brownie points with Microsoft by assuaging public fears over the mega giant's DRM policy. The same company that pissed on indie developers by restricting development and distribution on their console platform. That is continuously engaged in a price-rising contest with Sony over the cost of game units. The same company that is more than idly interested in shutting off the second-hand market completely. The same company which is making consumers purchase all their peripherals, your little ding-dong digglers, all over again for the minor upgrade from one version of the console to the next. The same company which charges a monthly subscription fee just to connect just on top of your internet costs, on top of your electric bills, on top of the console bills. You gotta pay money to go and play with your imaginary friends on the internet. Carmack makes comparisons to Valve's Steam. Heck, if they tie all your purchases to one account, why can't Microsoft? It's all in the cloud. Don't worry, we're growing as a society into more transcendent things, he seems to say, while completely missing the point that Valve does not require its users to shell out $500 each time they upgrade their client, does not require them to throw out their keyboards and mice to buy new ones. That Valve is constantly engaged with the indie community in more than a concessionary capacity to distribute games and software of varying types and qualities. That Steam offers a real sense of community. Granted, that's increasingly more orbiting the sphere of consumerism money, what with the community market and all. That Steam regularly offers sales and deals which does not reduce its consumers to chumps at the end of a chain. Yes, the cloud is the future. Yes, the concept of product is being re-evaluated in the light of the digital age. But that does not mean Microsoft is right. Heck, look at history. When have they ever been? Microsoft has constantly been appropriating shoddy hardware to fuel crippled software and concepts with increasingly less value to the consumer, who is told she must accept it. Carmack's arguments might work if he was on the side of right. Essentially, his value to the industry these days is as a weather vane. When he starts talking, you know shit storms of failure are brewing. Well, that's my article, folks. How did you like it? I sent this one to Vince Desi. He said he liked it, but I haven't seen it on the page yet. I sent him my other articles. I didn't see those. I'm a little bit hired, but let's talk about this article. Okay, if you're into video game news, you're a real moron because I mean, no matter what, things are gonna keep coming out which you can dingle your little thumb pads on, so it doesn't make a damn bit of a difference. Remember back in the olden days when it was Nintendo versus Sega? Remember in the semi-olden days when it was play Sony versus Nintendo? Remember now it's Sony versus Microsoft, and Nintendo has their little niche, and Sega is making annoyingly more Sonic games for more and more preteen boys who keep on getting born. Well, what do you think tomorrow is going to be? Do you think it's going to be Microsoft, or do you think maybe Google or maybe Steam is going to come out with something? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter, because you're all still going to be playing games. You're all still going to be shucking $60 a month to get new ones, and then trying to get rid of them when you beat them or hate them. You're going to keep on spinning the wheel, clicking the button, until the world goes boom. Oh, good night, folks.